Today we'll discuss the difference between Agile and Waterfall. Hi, this is Mike Nigami, Lean Sigma Black Belt. Today's topic is one of my viewers' requests. Great Master, do you have a video using templates with methodology of Agile and Scrum? Thank you, JC, for your request. If anyone has any questions or requests, please do not hesitate to ask us. He asked for a template, but before that, I would like to talk about what Agile is and the difference between that and its predecessor, Waterfall. Agile and Waterfall are different approaches for IT projects. Meanwhile, Scrum is the most popular method in Agile. Agile and Scrum are usually used for software development and not for other type of projects. However, their concepts are very useful, and I'm sure that there's something there that you can use. In the past, everyone used to use waterfall. A waterfall always flows from the top to the bottom and never flows in the opposite direction. The waterfall approach's name came from that. Here is the basic flow of the waterfall approach. Define customer requirements, make a basic design, then a detailed design, and develop coding for the program. Conduct various tests and confirm that there are no problems. Then release the program to the customer or the person who will operate it. Like a waterfall, this flow never goes backwards, only when something serious happens. In general, projects like DMAIC in Lean Sigma and PMP that are done by companies other than IT companies are conducted by waterfall. However, according to a study by a company in 2017, 94% of English language software companies use Agile. In the IT industry, Agile is now common practice. Turning to Agile means that there must be a problem with waterfall, mustn't there? What problems are there? With waterfall, working programs are shown to customers when development is about to complete. Also, since several months have passed since the customer orders a deal, customers' thinking may have changed. Even if there was some dissatisfaction at completion, because it would take considerable time and effort to rework the program, it was common that the customer settled for it as is. With waterfall, you'll spend a lot of time in planning and preparation at the beginning of the project. Because everyone will work according to the plan, it will be inevitable. It also takes time to manage the plan. Once the plan is complete, the plan is absolute and everyone follows the plan, even if there may be some problems. Moreover, even if it's usual that situations change and unexpected events come about, it's hard to change the plan at that time. At an early stage of projects, even the customer often don't understand what they really need. There are times that the program made after detailed plan includes many unused functions. In that case, the project team's time and action became waste. There was a study in 2002 before Agile spread saying 64% of the functions made were unused. Agile was born in order to overcome these problems. However, the definition of Agile seems to vary among different people. There is a joke that if you ask 5 people for a definition of Agile, you will receive 7 definitions. Considering that, there is one thing I can say. When Agile concept was born, Agile engineers at that time gathered and wrote the Manifesto for Agile Software Development. We have come to value individuals and interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change over following a plan. They also wrote the 12 principles of Agile software. I put a link to the principles in this video's description below. Please check that too. The point is that achieving these principles is Agile. Let's see the flow of Agile. Actually, it's conducted similarly to the flow in Waterfall. However, since it values individuals and interactions, team members work at the same location. Then they prioritize the customer's requirements, decide the most important functions, design code and test the function, then complete working software. Since customer collaboration is important, they show the working software to the customer and have them check it immediately. This cycle lasting a few weeks is called iteration. They respond to any modification request immediately, accept new requests willingly, and repeat this iteration and complete the software by responding to change. Unlike Waterfall, with which you would make all the functions that you designed at the beginning, with Agile, because of its customer collaboration and responding to change, you can make and provide only the functions your customer needs. This is the definite difference between Agile and Waterfall. Thank you very much for viewing. Please click the subscribe button. Also, click and watch my other related videos. Thanks.